Welcome back, Knicks.com. It is a back-to-back, and we have a scouting report here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their home opener in Cleveland. We're here at MSG Training Center and going to take a look at a preview of that contest here with assistant coach Brian Keefe. It's good to meet you, finally catch up with you. When you look at this Cleveland matchup, you're walking into their building, LeBron James' return, Kevin Love's debut. That's a tall order for a team who's on a back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an exciting environment coming off of our first game, but I think they're a new team with some new players. Obviously, LeBron James returning and adding Kevin Love, it's going to be a great challenge for us.
You know, you almost have to throw out the previous season in terms of looking at the stats or the roster or what they did. When a guy like LeBron James, who's the best player in the league by most people's opinions, how does he change the complexion of what they do offensively?
Well, obviously, he's the focal point, and he's going to get good shots for himself, but more importantly, he's going to generate a lot of good shots for his teammates. So when you're playing a team with him on it, everybody has to be prepared because he's such a great passer.
Do you expect him to be the point forward like we saw in Miami where he's essentially playing point guard, or do you think Kyrie's going to take on some of that role?
I think it's going to be multiple guys. I think all three of their main players are capable of making plays for other people. So I think it's going to be a real team effort. It's not going to be just one guy we had to focus on. So I think they're a multi-dimensional team.
You know, they have a couple bigs there that stretch, and we've seen this as part of the league now where you have fours and fives moving out to the three-point line. As a defense, how do you counter that? How will you look to stop some of their three-point shooting from their bigs?
First, it's just awareness. You have to find their guys. I mean, obviously, Love is one of their big guys, shooting threes. And I think you just have to have awareness as a team. You can't do it individually. You have to be awareness of where he is on the court, and you have your proper rotations down and your communication pretty tight.
You know, looking at a way to attack them as well. Defensively, maybe one of their deficiencies as far as rim protectors is the idea to get into the lane with, some of the players that we have on the squad, Carmelo, Jose, and able to penetrate and get inside the paint.
Well, I think that's what we always want to do is we want to get the best shots we can, and obviously those are the closest to the rim. So if we can get penetration on their defense, and we want to find the open man. We want to take good shots, not good shots, we want to take great shots. And if we can do that, we'll live with the consequences.
You know, as a coach and just generally speaking, when you see a team for the first time, especially this team has changed so much, Cleveland, and this is your first run, this coaching staff's first run with this Knicks squad, how do you prepare for that? How do you get your team ready for a game where you haven't played against that squad during that season?
Well, yeah, that's always the interesting because it's a little bit of a feeling out period for
it's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, they have a new coach, new system that they're running. We're implementing new things ourselves, so I think there's a feeling out. But we can go off a little bit what they've done in preseason and try to give our players the best information possible so they can go compete that night.
And David Blatt, what do you know about him? And I think he's a little bit of an unknown to some NBA fans, but he's great overseas and what he did there. And they've talked about him being a very offensive-minded guy. What do you see from him and what they've done in the preseason?
Obviously, a terrific coach. Had a lot of success over in Europe. Winning the EuroLeague multiple times. Head coach of the Russian national team. Their team played with a lot of ball movement, a lot of passing, a lot of spacing. So they're going to challenge our defense to be tight and on a string. I think he really believes in moving that ball and finding the best shot like any great coach, so we're going to be challenged in that area.
All right, finally, Carmelo's talked about it. He said, I welcome this Chicago-Cleveland back-to-back. Let's do it. Let's see where we're at. As a group, collectively in that locker room, are you guys talking about this opportunity to maybe get out of the gate and start strong?
I think for us, every game is important.
Yeah.
You can't discount anything, and I think each one is its own unique battle, and we're looking forward to the opportunity starting tomorrow night. When we finish that game, we'll look forward to the next opportunity to play the next opponent. And I think that's how the mentality of what we're going to have this year is that one game at a time, one possession at a time.
All right, an even-keeled approach here from assistant coach Brian Keefe. We appreciate the time. We'll get some more scouting reports throughout the season.
Great, thank you guys.